Okay, so let's start. You're welcome to lay down, or you can stay seated in a meditative place. If you're starting on your seat, please sit up on a pillow so that your hips are higher than your knees. That'll allow your spine to get nice and long. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Sitting tall, breathing in. Take a full breath in, lift the shoulders up and let them roll down. Now if you're lying down, that's fine. You could place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, just to encourage that flow of air so you can feel your chest lift and feel your belly deflate. Pause here in these opening moments of class. Just take another full breath in and a full breath out. Keep anchoring back into your breath. So as the body does nothing right here at this particular moment, on the inside it is. As you breathe in and exhale out, you're signaling your body that it's okay to just let go. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Take one more full inhale and a nice slow exhale. If you're lying down, please make your way to your seat. If you're seated, take a nice deep breath in again, filling up and letting go. And then big breath in, reach the arms up, stretch up, look up. Pause here with your hands high above your head, looking up, let the head drop back. And then exhale, let the arms come down. Return your head to center. Take another full breath in, stretch up, reach up, look up. And if that bothers your neck, you don't have to look up, you can keep your head straighter. Breathe in as you reach a little higher and a little further back, and then exhaling again, arms come down, head comes back to center. As I said, we're going to do a little bit of twisting this morning, and then at the end of class for the restorative piece, we'll do a little bit of twisting there. Take another breath in, reach up. Twist to the left, taking the right hand outside the left knee. Left hand can go to the small of your back. Now, draw the left shoulder back. Feel the heart lift. Maybe look up just a little bit. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Really feel the air move through the abdomen, even though you're in this twist. And then with another big breath in, come back to center. Hands go high. Twist the other direction. Left hand across the right knee, right hand to the small of your back, draw the right shoulder back, let yourself breathe into this. It's not, you take a breath and you're there. You move incrementally with each breath in and each breath out. And then inhale, come back to center, and bring your hands right to your heart space. Take another full breath in, sweep up and around. Hands come back down. All right, let's move into tabletop. So take whatever you're sitting on and move it aside. And we're going to come into our hands and knees for tabletop. So stack your wrists right underneath your shoulders. And your hips are over your knees. Spread all 10 fingers nice and wide, and then with a nice deep breath in, release the belly. Tip the tail, draw the shoulders back, look up again, not too much. And then exhale, tuck the tail, round the spine, let the head go down between the arms. Really feel the tops of your feet press into the earth. Take another breath in as you come back into cow. exhale, round the spine, come into cat. One more time, nice and slow, with a big breath in, come into cow. And then exhale, round it into cat. Come into your tabletop and pause. Recommit to the fingertips, really pressing them into the mat, into the earth. Push down through the tops of the feet and feel the low belly pull up and in. With a big breath in, take your right hand, sweep it up. Exhale, stretch it under. Come right down onto your shoulder. Keep your hips high. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, come back to tabletop. Pause, pull into the low belly. Reconnect the tops of the feet. Sweep open with the left hand. Exhale, thread it under the right. Lay right down onto your shoulder. Keep your hips high. And then come back to tabletop. Take a big breath in for one more cow. Exhale it out for one more cat. And then let's work our way into downward facing dog. So take your hands again to the top of the mat. Walk your feet back out long behind you. And you can pedal out your feet, working through any stiffness, tightness that you're feeling at the moment. And then with a big breath in, rise up onto your toes. Exhale, let the heels lower a little bit more. They won't touch, and that's just fine. Again, recommit to your hands, really grounding down through the fingertips and pressing more behind the index knuckle and the thumb pad, taking the weight out of the outside of your hands to lighten the pressure in your wrists. Take another full breath in, rise up to your toes. Exhale, walk your feet forward right between your hands and pause in this forward fold. Draw your hips forward just a little bit more as they line up over your ankles. And then with a full inhale, draw yourself forward into a halfway lift. Pause here, pressing your fingertips against your thighs. Draw the shoulders back and really feel the crown of your head move forward. Lengthen out that spine and then exhale, forward fold, releasing, hinging at the hips. Big breath in as you draw up to center, reach high. Exhale, follow that breath right down for a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, pause. Walk your feet back out to plank, keeping the heels high above the toes. Stay strong in your structure. Focused on just what you're feeling, drawing everything into the center line of your body. And then with your next breath, decide to lower down or take your knees down first and continue to lower down. Untuck your toes, press down to the tops of your feet. Inhaling, draw your shoulders back, lifting your heart for cobra. Exhale, release. Let's take two more of those, nice and slow. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, release. One more. Stay light in your hands. Exhale, release. Now tuck your toes and either push back through your knees or back to full plank. Hips go high, downward facing dog. So that was just a nice breath-driven sun A. We're going to do that again. So take your time, breathing slowly, moving slowly. Match your breath to movement or your movement to breath. Inhale high up to your toes. Look forward. Walk your feet up between your hands. This is nothing heavy duty. We're not jumping and being crazy here. Take your time as you inhale for a halfway lift. Really draw the shoulders back. Pull into the low belly and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale strong all the way up. Hands go high. Maybe you look up. And then exhale. Hands can come right down through center. Forward fold back over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your hands down. Walk your feet back out to plank and pause. Again, keep your heels high above your toes. Stay strong, pulling into the low belly, lifting through the hips and the thighs. And then when we lower down, you decide if the knees come down first or not. Lower all the way down, shoulders and hips hit the mat at the same time. Untuck your feet, press down through the tops of your feet. Inhale, draw the shoulders back, cobra. Exhale, release. Take two more of those. Just breathing and moving, feeling the openness that you're finding here. Exhale, release. One more, cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes, pushing back through your knees or full plank. Pause. Hips go high, downward facing dog. And you again can pedal out your feet anytime you'd like because you can stretch out your hamstrings and the backs of your legs, whatever you need. Take a full breath in as you lift that right leg straight out behind you. Bend at the knee, open the hips, take a little bit of a stretch here, and then bring the foot back down to meet the right. Inhale the left leg straight out behind you, bend at the knee, stack your hips open, bring the foot back down with the breath. One more time. Inhale up to your toes, looking forward, walk your feet up right between your hands, pause. Set your feet, inhale halfway lift, exhale forward fold. Inhale, big breath in, rise to stand. Keeping your hands up on your exhale, sit your hips back for chair. Pause here for a moment. Now if your shoulders are really bothering you, bring your hands to your heart space. But I really want you to pause here, breathing into the feet, weights in your hips, draw the hips back. This doesn't have to be really extreme. We're just pausing, bending the knees, pulling into the low belly, and again, incrementally with the breath, we'll start to drop the hips a little bit more and a little bit more until finally you can lay out right over your legs. Now here comes the twist. Right elbow outside the left knee. Let your side bodies get into this. If you look down and see that your right knee is poking out, you see that? Draw the knee back in line, keeping your hips nice and square. Take a full breath in, breathing into your spinal column so you can rotate around. Left shoulder goes back. Take one more breath in, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Big breath in as you rise to stand, and again, sitting your hips back for chair. Pause and breathe, and then decide if your hands come to your heart right away, or if you can take a few more breaths with your arms extended. Keep drawing everything into the center line. You pull into the low belly. Sit your hips a little bit more with each breath, taking your time, working your way down again until you can lay right over your legs, and then we'll twist again the other way. So now the left elbow goes outside the right knee. Pause and breathe, drawing the hips back. And give yourself these breaths so your body can release into the twist. Again, we're not jumping back and forth from pose to pose. We're breathing slowly so we can experience the breath moving through the body, taking us where we need to go. Take another breath in, and then exhale, forward fold, right over your legs. Toe heel your feet apart. Let your hands find opposite elbows, swaying a little bit right to left. This ragdoll can help release. Oh, you're so sweet, Lucinda. Your ragdoll can help release any tension in your low back. So just be patient with yourself. Again, this is not a big movement. It's just a graceful sway with your inhales and your exhales. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Let your hands come back down to the earth. Toe heel your feet back in underneath your hips. Stay strong as you breathe into your halfway lift. Keep drawing your low belly in. Feel the crown of your head move forward, and then exhale, forward fold. Big breath in as you rise up to stand. Sweep the hands up. Bring your hands right to your heart space. So we're going to come into eagle, which you may or may not like, but it's a great twist because you're twisting up your arms, you're twisting up your legs. Okay, so use a wall if necessary. Sometimes it's nice to know that you have that security so you don't fall over. Take a nice deep breath in, standing up, pull in through the low belly and bring that right knee up in front of you. Cross the thighs, or you could cross lower at the knees, or you could keep your toes right on the ground. Okay, and then open up your arms. Take the right arm underneath the left, twisting and moving your hands until they can find one another. And if they can't, bring your hands to your shoulders and just lift up through the elbows. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now, as you ground down through that left foot and you really feel yourself get balanced, maybe you can pull the leg up a little bit more and start to bend that left leg. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. These twists are really great. They help detoxify your internal organs, and that brings a whole healthy rush of fresh blood to everything. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. And then with your next inhale, feet meet, sweep the arms up, reach up, look up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart space and pause. Okay, nice. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. And again, you can always keep one hand on the wall if it helps you with your balance. We're going to come into eagle on the other side. So take a full breath in and a full breath out. Ground down through your right foot. Start to inhale that left knee up and crossing at the thighs or perhaps a little lower. Maybe keeping those left toes on the ground. But you're going to feel that internal draw from one leg pressing into the other as they twist over each other. And then open up your arms nice and wide. Take the left hand underneath the right, crossing at the elbows. Maybe your hands meet here. Mine really struggle. It is what it is. If your hands don't meet, bring them to your shoulders and lift up through the elbows. You're stretching through your upper back, twisting and breathing. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in. And then again, releasing the feet. Open up the arms strong. Lift up. Exhale, bring your hands right back to your heart space. Beautiful. Are you breathing nice and deep? Feeling that air move through you? Got just a few more things to do here, and then we're going to jump into the restorative piece, because you know I can't wait for that. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Sweep up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, walk your feet back out. Breathe deep into your plank. Stay strong in your plank. One more breath in, one more breath out. Now, if you want to finish this vinyasa flow lower down, you can take your knees down first. But consciously hug everything into your center line. Inhale for cobra, really draw the shoulders back. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Okay, beautiful work. It really is. It's just beautiful work. The breath and the movement coupled together, taking your mind off everything else except what you're feeling. And yes, it's a redirection, and sometimes we have to keep telling ourselves to come back. There's nothing wrong with that. This is a practice, so we do it over and over. That's how you practice. And eventually, it just becomes this graceful breath and movement, this dance we call yoga. Take another full breath in as you lift the right leg straight out behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, planted by your thumb. Take a full breath in as you rise up strong. Crescent pose. And then with your next breath, exhale, bring the hands down. Plant the left hand on the ground or a block, and then twist open toward the right. Sweep that right hand up nice and high. Keep breathing into that left thigh. The right knee stays stacked over the right ankle. Take one more breath in. Bring that hand down. Take a full breath in. Rise back up to crescent. Use the core. Exhale, hands come down. Right foot goes back to meet the left. Pause in your plank and you choose to rinse this off, moving through the vinyasa, or skip it altogether and just go right back to downward facing dog. Take another full breath in, feeling that air move through you, and a full breath out. Inhale the left leg straight out behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, planted by your thumb. Your feet are in two separate lanes. Take a full breath in as you rise strong for your crescent here. Pause and breathe. One more breath in, you reach a little higher. Exhale, bring the hands down. Firmly plant that right hand down. Sweep open, lifting the left hand up. Twisting open toward the left. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, bring that hand down. Inhaling, rise again, strong for crescent. Exhale, hands down. Feet go back to meet in plank. Pause and breathe, and then your choice to rinse it off, lowering down. Inhaling for cobra or up dog. And then meeting back in downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale up to your toes. Exhale, walk your feet right through your hands. Come to sit down on your bottom. Bring your legs out in front of you. Okay, pedal out your legs just a little bit, wiggling them, bringing some movement into the back. Keep a softness behind your knees, okay, but flex the feet. And that softness that you put behind your knees, it just keeps you from locking them out. You don't need to overly strain the backs of your legs. So take a nice deep breath in, sit tall, pull into the low belly, sweep the hands up, exhale, forward fold right over your legs. Hands will go wherever they go. Maybe they go to your shins or your ankles, or maybe you can reach your feet. But there's just this effort that you put forth. Even if your hands never make it to your feet, it doesn't matter. Pull into the low belly, feel your heart move forward. Take another deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then inhale, walk your hands back up your legs. Beautiful. I stole my son's heater, don't tell him. Luckily, he's still sound asleep. But I'd like to heat up the room now, so I'm getting warmer. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Cross your legs. Well, actually, keep that left leg extended. Cross the right leg over the top. Take your left arm, give that leg a big hug. Sweep the right hand high, and then twist open toward the right. Right fingertips are on the ground. Look back at that left foot for a minute. Make sure it's flexed. Softness behind the knee. Draw the right shoulder back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Feel the crown of your head lift up higher toward the ceiling. One more breath in. And then exhale, come back to center. Take the right leg out long, bend the left leg, cross it over. And again, reaching forward, sweep that right arm right around the knee. Take a big breath in as you sweep the left hand up. Take it behind you. And then draw that left shoulder back, twisting open toward the left. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Check your right foot. Make sure the foot is flexed. Softness behind the knee. One more breath in. One more breath out. Come back to center with your next breath. Extend the legs. Give them a little wiggle. Awesome. Okay. How are we feeling? Are we twist enough? Got a little bit of movement through the ribs and the side bodies? I want you to either take your yoga blankets or your bath towels, and we're going to fold them into squares. I'll show you. So here is my yoga blanket. This is called the Tadasana of the blanket. What I want you to do is make that a little bit smaller. So we're going to fold that in half. If you have a bath towel, you'll get where I'm going with this. So take that, lay it on the ground. Take your next bath towel or yoga mat. Again, folding it in half so you've got nice, firm little rectangles. Lay that on top, smoothing out any wrinkles. And one more yoga blanket or one more bath towel, folding it up and laying it on top. So now you have this lovely stack of 3 blankets, okay? And you're going to come over to the edge where your hip is right on the side. You're going to lay your right ribs over the blankets. Extend the right arm nice and long. Let your head just rest. And your knees can be bent. And you can start to twist open just a little bit. Taking your left hand right over the top or leaving it right across your ribs, depending on how that feels in your shoulders. So the head just rests on the inside of your right arm. You're just stretching out through the side body here. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Now, if you don't like the way this feels on your head, you can grab a block or another blanket and you can rest your head. But I'm looking to just stretch out these side ribs here. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. This pose we're not going to hold very long. We're just stretching through the side bodies. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then you can start to roll forward using your hands. Push yourself up. You don't have to move. You just have to switch to the other hip. I'm just going to move my blankets over so I can still face you guys. Okay, so take a nice deep breath in. Again, the hip stays right along the edge and you just start to lay right over, stretching out the hips. The side ribs. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more breath in one more breath out. Taking those blankets, or actually leaving those blankets exactly as they are, take one away. We're just going to open up the heart a little bit. Actually, I'll change my mind. Open up the blanket back to Tadasana form, so you just have a little bit of a ridge here. And then you're just going to sit near the edge and lay back over the top. Bend your knees, let them come together. Feet go to the outside edges of the mat. Open up your arms, and if you can't feel your shoulder blades on the ground, keep wiggling yourself back until your shoulder blades and your arms are flat on the ground. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. So the edge of the towels or the blankets are basically right at the tip of the shoulder blades. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. We're going to start to just let go here. So with your knees bent and your feet nice and wide, take another full inhale. Close your eyes. And a full breath out. We're going to stay here for about 5 minutes. I will ring the bells when it's time to come out. start to draw yourself back by deepening your breath. And then using your feet, push yourself back off the blankets. And when you're flat on the ground, draw your knees in and roll to the right. Take in a full breath here again. And a slow breath out. And then using your hands, come on up to your seat. For the next pose, it's going to be a twist on a bolster or a couch cushion. So you want to prop up the bolster either on blocks or, I don't know, cans of crushed tomatoes work really well, those 28 ounces. But if you just have some firm pillows so you can get your bolster or your cushion at an angle, that's perfect. And you can take a bath towel to lay on top to make it nice and soft. And we're going to come into a twist here by leaning the left hip right up against the edge of the bolster. You're going to sit nice and tall. Take a nice deep breath in as you lift up and you start to twist. Your knees are bent. And you start to lay your stomach, your chest right over the cushion or the bolster. And then you can either hang on up top or let your hands come to whatever's propping up the bolster. And your head can stay in the same direction, or you could turn the head all the way. Some of us have that flexibility in our neck, some of us don't. So breathe for length, exhale for the twist. And just take a few minutes to allow yourself to adjust. You might have to move things around a little bit. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. We'll stay here for about 4 minutes because we have 2 sides. So I'll ring the bells when it's time to come out. Take another big breath in and a big breath out and just let go. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Start to push yourself up. And then you're just going to turn around and shift your other hip. So it should be your right hip now, leaning up against your cushion or your bolster. And again, get nice and close. You want this very firm to support you. So breathe in and extend out over your cushion or your bolster. And again, holding on. Your head can stay in the same direction. Or if you have enough length and mobility to twist your head all the way. Take a full breath in and a full breath out once you get into your twist. I'll ring the bells when it's time to come out. Deepen your breath. Use your hands to push yourself up. Turn yourself around. Your legs can be extended or you can just cross them for a minute and just sit, untwisting, breathing deep, finding more length into your spine, yet a grounding feeling on your exhale. We're going to move into Shavasana now. So let's set this up for total success. Put some socks on if you have them handy and your feet were bare, because you want warm toes. Grab a blanket so you can fully cover yourself once you get into the pose. Have a washcloth or an eye pillow handy. We're going to go into Stonehenge, so you can use the edge of your chair or the edge of a couch. Otherwise, you can build yourself your little Stonehenge with your bolster and your blocks by putting your blocks on the tallest setting and then laying the bolster right across the top. If you have an extra blanket to make yourself a small head pillow, you're going to take it from Tadasana, fold it in half, and then where the open edge is, just curl those corners under, making a little bit of a V. And your head goes right here in this little cradle. So lay that out behind you. And you take your time as you set yourself up. Bending your knees over the chair or the couch edge or over your bolster. Lay back down, resting your head on your pillow, making sure that you're firmly supported here. Dropping the chin just a little bit. Take your blanket, cover yourself up. It's very good to be warm during Shavasana. It helps the body know that it's safe to let go. So cover up. And then take your eye pillow or your washcloth, gently lay it over your eyes just to dim the light. It's less distracting. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. You can open your arms away from your side bodies or nestle them in underneath your blanket. I really look forward to doing this with you because, like I said, it's definitely a challenge to take care of ourselves. So when we have this opportunity, even though we're not physically together in the studio, know that I'm right here with you, breathing and resting and finding some deep relaxation along with you. When Shavasana is done, I will ring the bells. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Shavasana. Start to deepen your breath. Bring a little movement into your fingers and your toes. And then following your breath, if you'd like to pull your knees into your chest one at a time, pressing your low back into the floor. Roll to your right side and just stay there for a moment, pausing, allowing your senses to come back. Maybe noticing how you feel. Use your hands, push yourself up to a seat. And if you have a pillow handy that you can get your hips back up on like you did perhaps when we started. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then with your next inhale, lift the arms up. Bring your hands right back to your heart space and pause. Drop your chin a little closer to your heart. Lift your heart a little closer to your chin. The light and truth in me sees the light and truth in each of you as I see your names pop up. Whether I know you're watching or not, my heart is with your heart. Together we say, Namaste.